Hello and welcome to my most hype video yet. I am so excited to be in front of this camera and actually do this announcement, and that is that I've started a book club. Well, technically I started it last year, but it was a little under wraps. I hadn't made like an official announcement yet, but we did read a few books, but that's not what this announcement is about. I am here to make it public and make it more available to everyone, and just be a little more organized about it. That is the whole idea. But yes, I am so excited, and let me just tell you what it's about. So the book club is called the Consciousness Raising Book Club, and I got this idea last year when, funnily enough, I gathered a bunch of y'all to read The Annihilation of Caste by B.R. Ambedkar. This was a book that I had been wanting to read for a while. I was somehow very intimidated by it, but I knew that it was a seminal text in understanding the Dalit movement, and I just really wanted to get a bunch of people together to discuss it. Now, I wanted this discussion not on YouTube or any like Instagram live or anything like that, but for it to be in a like closed, secure, safe space so that people could talk about whatever they wanted and say whatever they wanted without any judgment. And this was an idea that I got from a book that I read previously called Feminism is for Everybody by Bell Hooks, where she spoke about this thing that happened in the late 60s during the feminist movement called consciousness raising groups, where people came together to talk about certain topics. At that point of time, of course, it was more about feminism, but generally the idea was to come together in a safe, non-judgmental, secure place where people can talk about the things that are troubling them or that they have questions about. So it's not only to talk about your experiences within that certain topic, but also to ask questions and for then you to be uplifted in your consciousness and have a better idea about those topics from like a holistic and wholesome sort of space. That was the idea of that, and I really loved it, which is why I wanted to kind of start my own version of it. So essentially what I have done is that I've selected books that will educate us and raise our consciousness about certain topics, and each time we would read them over a period of 45 days, and then come together in like a secure like environment, most probably on Zoom, and then talk about our experience, what we thought of the book, what we felt while reading it, and it's just supposed to be a place which is just secure and uplifting, and that was the whole idea. That's Consciousness Raising Book Club. I am very excited to like announce it finally, officially. So I have in the links down below, I have a Discord channel that I've opened up, which would be the main place where we could all converse and talk about the books. So as soon as you join in, you can introduce yourself in the introduce yourself section, and then I have a separate channel for each of the books that we will be discussing. So there is in each book thing, there is a general discussion where you could just write your general thoughts. I've also kept like these threads where you could talk about your thoughts based on specific chapters, so chapter 1 to 5 or chapter 6 to 11, and then if there are any lines or quotes or anything that you liked, you could also put that there. And if there's something that you want to share, be it personal, be it anything, you can put that in the sharing space. And the whole idea is that every Saturday after we finish the book, that is the allocated 45 days, we would get together and discuss the book. So it's like a set time Saturday after the 45 days of the book, we come together and we talk about it. So I already have the first 3 books ready for us. I am very excited about them. I think they are great picks. Hopefully, I have not read them personally myself, but I know a lot of y'all may have already read it. So if you have already read the book, feel free to like reread them or just join us for the discussion. That's fine. But yes, okay, let's just get into the book club picks, and I'm so excited. So the first book that I have is All About Love by Bell Hooks. The time to read this one will be from the 1st of January 2022 to February 15th, right in time for Valentine's Day. And the discussion for this will be the 19th of February on a Saturday at 7 p.m. IST. So excited about that one. This is a book that I've been meaning to read for years now. A lot of people have spoken about this book, just generally in the interwebs, and I've been so inspired to read it. Bell Hooks is, of course, I think that it makes sense for me to choose this book because I got the idea of consciousness raising from her previous book. She has just unfortunately passed just this year, so I feel like it'll be a great homage to her, and just generally uplift us right in time for Valentine's Day, as I said. So this book, let me just read what it's about, though I will be putting all of the descriptions of all the books, etc., and link you to the Goodreads and Storygraph and whatever you want in the description below, so feel free to read up more about it. But essentially it says that in 11 concise chapters, Hooks explains how our everyday notions of what it means to give and receive love often fail us, and how these ideals are established in our early childhood. Visionary and original, Hook shows us how love heals the wounds we bear as individuals and as a nation, for it is the cornerstone of compassion and forgiveness and holds the power to overcome shame. I am just so excited to read this book with y'all and discuss all of the things that we will hopefully get from this. And yeah, I'm just so excited. So I hope that you will join us on the journey to read the first book, whereas the second book is The Republic of Caste by Anand Teltumbe, and this will be read from Feb 15th to March 31st, and the discussion of this will be on April 2nd, which is right in time for Dalit History Month. I am really excited to read this book because, again, this is another book that I've been wanting to read for a while. Anand Teltumbe himself is a writer, a scholar, and a social activist within the Dalit movement, and has a lot to say. And this book is basically just like talks about the Dalit movement from the neoliberalism time. Let me just read what it says in the blurb. Again, all of the information and everything will be put in the description down below. It says, commanding in its scope, revelatory and unsparing in argument, Republic of Caste amounts to a new map of post-independence India. Anand Teltumbe identifies the watershed movements in its journey, from the adoption of the flawed constitution to the Green Revolution, the OBC upsurge, the rise of regional parties, and up to the nexus of the neoliberalism and Hindutva in the present day. Joining the dots between the wide range of events on the ground and the prevailing structure of power, he debunks the pieties of state and constitution, political parties, identitarian rhetoric, to reveal the pernicious energies they have unleashed and the dire impact on India's most marginalized people, the Dalits. Now, that was a mouthful, but I am sure that once we start reading it, it will give us just so much of information, and of course, we can discuss this with each other. So if we have any questions or any doubts or anything like that, please feel free to ask them on the Discord channel, so that we can help each other through this book as well. That's the whole idea. I'm sure that it will be like a really revelatory book. I guess did I use that right? I think I used that right. And I'm just really excited to have this information and knowledge in my head, and discuss it with all of you. The third book is I Have Not Seen Mandu by Swadesh, Deepak, translated by Pinto, and the dates for this will be April 1st to the 14th of May, and the discussion itself will be on the 14th of May, just in time for Mental Health Awareness Month. So as you can see, I've selected my books accordingly, and I really hope that this helps us in raising our consciousness and awareness and all of that. But let me talk to you about this book. This is a book that I've been meaning to read ever since I heard about it. I have heard the translator himself speak about this, and I've heard that it is absolutely amazing and so revelatory. I've been using that word wrong, but you know what I mean. In terms of just mental health and what that might mean and what it might look like, because this book is essentially a memoir of the author, which he wrote during a psychotic break that he had, and it basically takes us through this whole journey so that we can see what that might look like, and I just think that will be absolutely amazing. The the translator himself has said that Deepak's words carry all the scars of who he was and what his illness had made of him. His voice echoes from the bottom of our well. This is supposed to be one of the most unusual books ever published in India, and I'm just really excited, scared, I don't know, to read this book, to understand what this might feel like and be like for a person who's dealing with all of this. And I hope that we will then have a great conversation about mental health and what that is like for us personally. So those were the first 3 books that I've chosen for the book club. I do hope that you think they are interesting. You do not have to join us for each of the books. If you find only one book which is interesting to you, please do join us for that. That's totally fine. I am just really excited to chat with you guys about this. So yeah, that's it. I am also talking to some booksellers in India so that they can keep these books in stock and hopefully also give us a discount. I'm also going to be talking to some of the publishers to see what possibly could happen with that. So I will keep you in the loop. So do make sure that you are following us on the Discord channel as well as the Instagram page, which is very much like I've just started it today. So like I wait for a bit for me to like actually put stuff up on it. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I do hope that you join the book club and at least read one book with us. I am just so excited about it, and I'm so glad that I can finally make the announcement. Yesterday I did share a book tracker, which is like a really extensive book tracker that I have. So I do hope that you check out that video, and generally stay tuned to my channel because I have a lot of videos coming up in the next few weeks, days, with a lot of like end of the year content. So yes, I'm so excited, and I will see you in my next video.